guys, welcome back to the channel, and I got this video that I wanted to share with you guys. Both Sabrina and Sidney did a live on IG the night of the reunion, and they had a few things to say, and I wanted to share that with you guys. I'm going to pop in after Sidney speaks and then give my commentary, and then of course after Sabrina speaks at the end. But before we jump into this, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button, turn on your notifications. If you like the video, smash the like button and drop a comment down in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for engaging in the channel. I really appreciate it. So, without further ado, let's listen to what they had to say. It's pretty interesting, and like I said, I'll jump back in when each of the ladies finish their particular live. So, without further ado, let's jump into this.
I was upset that I was dancing. Night M wants to be a girl so bad. I'm like, you don't be playing in nobody. You don't play in none of the men's face, but you want to play in my face. Like but you know what? I wasn't surprised because on one of the episodes, right? He said something like, "Oh, I can understand where." Now, these weren't his words verbatim. It's like a synopsis, y'all. So don't be like, he didn't say that. But the synopsis version, summary, he was like, I can understand where Zadia comes from because at one time he used to be aggressive or something like that. And after he spoke to me that way and how he speaks to women on the cast, I'm like, I don't know if you were touchy with women. Give him a peach. He's a bitch. Entirely. Oh, baby. A clown. Everybody was like, where were you the entire season? Now you want to say something? Goodbye. Bye. Yeah, none of the men spoke up. It's cool, though. I'm going to hold it down for myself, though. It's cool. You know what? Thank God I have brothers. Thank God I have brothers. Because one thing I do know how to do is, like, hold my own. Were there any couples that surprised you that liked each other? No, nothing was really a surprise. Actually, I'm going to tell you something. When Courtney told me she liked Corey, I was surprised as fuck. I was like, girl, he's a clown. We talk about that all the time. Corey's cool, though. I'm not going to come for him. I'm not going to come for Corey because I don't got a problem with him. But I was like, Corey? Why Corey? Why are you at home? Because I'm a gremlin. Like, I'm just kidding. Dave, I'm at home because it's literally 20 degrees outside. It's so cold. We just want a double date with you feeling like, oh, we'll do that soon. That'll be cool. We are going to all be together on Friday. Which women are you cool with? I am cool with all the women besides Zadia and Camille. Yes, it's freaking cold. Yes, I am from New Jersey. I'm from South Jersey, Willingboro, New Jersey. Was anyone true DC natives? Corey is from DC. Libba is from DC. I mean, a lot of us have lived here for a very long time. Oh, I think, is Mameen from DC? Oh, Zadia is from DC. She made it very clear she is from Southeast. Twin Hills in the building. I see you. Yes. All the clowns from DC, period. It's like, no, the new season actually has Chuck Brown's son on there, so he's a real native. So I'm looking forward to the new season. You know, I don't have much to say about Corey because I really didn't get to know him, but I hope that his acting career really pops off because I'm just gonna Google. Girl, come in Texas. We have better selection of men. I just got back from Dallas. I prefer Houston over Dallas, though. Dallas is a little too conservative for me. I like Houston a lot. Yes, you know, it's not that the people hate the season. You have to think about it. It's the fans. Oh, my heat just came on. I was like, whoa. It's the fans. The way that the show is shaped for a the demographic of people that it's like set up for are like, think about it, 40, not even 40-year-olds, because they get it. It's like 50, 60, and 70. And I'm saying that because of the way that the little Facebook group is set up. I'm like, you ladies do realize that we're 30 years old. Like, the way that y'all see the world is not the way that the world is anymore. Like, y'all are so out of touch. So they're like, oh, we hate it. But I'm like, this is how dating is. This is how dating is. It's not the same as it was in the 70s. I mean, depending on where you're from and stuff like that. I don't know. The editing this season didn't show. I will agree with that. Who said that? Good vibes and blessings. I agree with you. The editing was a little different. I did see one season before, and that was the season with Simone and everyone, and I feel like they definitely highlighted the connections a lot more. But I think it was because there was so much drama this season that they had to highlight that shit. Okay. I'm sorry. I don't want to... What's your name? Toy290. I don't want to be an ageist, and I don't want to be... Let me retract my statement. I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm sorry. Let me say there are some women that are older that I feel have a lot of, like, negative comments because they can't relate to what's going on with our age range. That's what I want to say. Like, sometimes I just feel like it's just not relatable because we are younger and, like, we date differently. We have dating apps. People meet on social media, and with social media, everybody is accessible. So you don't really have to. I feel like there are men that still traditionally court women, but I feel like there are certain situations where men feel like women are expendable. Like, okay, if you don't do this, I can find another girl in 2 seconds. Or, you know what I'm saying? You think we should get our own show? Y'all need to flood own and say that. Flood them. But until then, I am shooting some YouTube content because a lot of you guys have asked me about fitness tips. Y'all want to know what I eat in a day, and y'all are going to be like, that's all she eats? It's boring. Actually, no, I do go out to eat a lot. What I eat in a day, fitness tips. Y'all asked me for a baby hair tutorial. Shopping hauls. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do unboxings, and I have some really good stuff that I got that I can't wait to unbox for you guys. I choose that what purse you have is... Oh yeah, the Balenciaga one. That was one of my birthday gifts. Did you meet Oprah? No, but I would love to meet her. I have a YouTube channel right now, but it's literally Shop Fever. It was from my clothing store, but I'm gonna turn that into my own YouTube page. But I can't wait for y'all to see it. Like, I'm shooting so much content next week. Listen, you wear some really cute dresses. Y'all hated me, okay? Y'all tore me apart. Either everybody was like, I can tell she doesn't have any panties on today. Like, I wore a very wide range of outfits, but they don't show y'all everything. Like, I went on multiple dates where they didn't show half of my fits. And then they're like, I would never wear that on a date to meet somebody's parents. Let me tell you something. I'm only gonna be me. I'm not gonna wear a turtleneck and slacks. That's just not me. And parents love me. I thought that my dress was appropriate. It was below the knee. Yes, it's form fitting. Yes, I have a nice body, but I'm still gonna be like a little sexy, but I'm classy. I carry myself well. I carry myself very well. And that's always gonna project. Miss Gabby is good. She got scammed today, y'all. I was on the phone with my mom for like 3 hours. We're going to... Thanks for asking about my mom. This lady got scammed.
So I thought that was pretty interesting. What she originally was talking about in the beginning is where Naeem had kind of spoke up at the reunion about standing up for Zadia. And a lot of people on social media was talking about how he, I guess put his cape on for a woman that really wasn't interested. I thought those two were together, actually. I'm not sure. I guess I was wrong, but I thought they were together. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong about that. However, my thing is Naeem wouldn't have known whether that information got back to the girls. Now, the only way that would have happened is if somebody in the men's group actually told the ladies that Zadia was on the guys' list. Now, if you listen to Frank's live that he did with Crystal XO, go over there and check out her channel as well. She did an awesome interview. One of the things he did say is that it was the first week where all of the guys were mostly interested in Zadia. But of course, as time went on, people started spreading out and exploring other, connections. And of course, as we saw people couple up with other people. Now, one thing I did also find interesting in what Frank said had happened, which spilled over into all of the stuff that we saw, was this whole thing that happened on his rooftop party. Now, at that rooftop party, I guess it started, everybody was drinking and having a good time. All of the cast members pretty much was there. Sidney arrived late. And then Sidney, I guess, had to plug up her cell phone or whatever. And when she returned to find that the cell phone was no longer plugged up and everything. Now, according to Frank, she assumed that it had to be either Zadia or Camille. So I guess dancing started, and then I guess it from the way it was described, Sidney decided, and even Sidney admitted this on another live that I posted on my channel, so go check that out as well, that she came over and gave Cornelius a lap dance, which set everything off. Now, granted, from what I understand, Camille did walk away from that. However, Zadia didn't, and it escalated. It turned into this big old brouhaha that happened at Frank's house, because it was his house. He was hosting the party and everything. So, it's just pretty interesting how all of this unfolded in regards to this. To me, it's just one big mess. Do I think, if you find out somebody unplugged your charger, do you go and do a lap dance on somebody just because to start something? I don't know. I mean, that's the way it sounded listening to, of course, Frank's live with Crystal XO. But it's pretty crazy. And then I am, trying to protect Zadia at the reunion, which, that's where we saw Sidney saying that, somebody get him a peach, which now it seems like that's a running phrase now. So let me know what you think about what Sidney had to say. And now let's take a listen at what Sabrina had to say, because she had some explanations about the whole why she called Zadia the B word. So let's jump into that next.
With everything that a lot of us had to deal with during filming. Like, it was a lot of things that we couldn't talk about, we couldn't say, we couldn't, like in real life, we're all under contract. So, but, it comes a point when, a person gets fed up. A person gets fed up, especially when it's nothing that you can really do about the situation. And at the reunion, I was done filming and I needed to say what I had to say. I kept my cool throughout the process. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Like I said, I was called and it was more worse crap said about me than me calling her a bitch. So what's up, everyone? Hey from Florida. Hey. Yes, we did get a stipend. When a woman's fed up in my R. Kelly voice. You said, is this the voiceover? Nope, this is actually my voice. This is actually my voice. Y'all are funny, man. Oh, God. Oh, God. Yeah. At that point, I was just, because in real life, everyone that knows me, and for real, y'all know what y'all have seen. Like, I'm very, very sarcastic. I should have been a comedian. Like, I was like, should I take my shoes off now? I wasn't going like that, girl. Now, if it came down to it, I'm definitely going to defend myself, but I don't be putting my hands on nobody. I'm on a whole nother level. But it was funny, though. You said, how are me and Walter these days? And be real. We're fine. We just did an interview yesterday. What is it, yesterday? What's today? We just did an interview yesterday together on Danny Candy on Own Keep It Real. So you can head over there and see how he and I are. We're fine. We're fine. You know, a lot of people need to understand, too, like what we did on the show, what happened on the show. Because I'm not a person that likes to dwell on stuff. Like, I don't got time. I got more important stuff to be worried about. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, we're reliving all this stuff because now the reunion is here. But the stuff that happened on the show, it happened on the show. If you did something to make me feel a certain type of way, I'm the type of person that if we're going to be cool, we're not going to be cool, whatever the case may be. We can stop our friendship, whatever. Guess what? I'm going to move on. I got other more important stuff to be worried about than if you in your feelings, if I'm in my feelings. Now it depends on if we have like a 20-year relationship, that friendship or whatever the case may be, that needs to really be worked out. But if it's stuff like that, man, I don't have time. Like, it's more important stuff that we need to be dealing with, you know what I'm saying, in this life. And he said, she said, who like me, who don't, whatever. I don't have time for all that. You know what I'm saying? Freak, man. Yeah, I mean, I tried to. I definitely tried to hold my own. I mean, throughout the process, I really tried to. I was so frustrated. I want to say the frustration started like after the third week of even filming. Like, I was frustrated by stuff that was happening on the show. So it was like 5 or 6 weeks that I had to deal with stuff. You know what I'm saying? That I didn't feel like I needed to be dealing with on a dating show. Like, I'm looking for love. Like, what's all this extra bullshit? I'm so confused. I'm confused right now. So, yeah, it was definitely frustrating. I don't know. It's hard for me to, you know, if I'm going to keep it all the way 100. If it's a lot of grace. It's a lot of stuff that's being said about one another because of our experience. But if we really, really told the exact details of what really happened, honey, it would be a mother freaking problem. Okay? So, only thing y'all go by is what y'all know, what you see, what we tell you. Other than that, and it's a lot of stuff that ain't nobody. It's a lot of stuff that's like unspoken. You know what I mean? So, and that's exactly how it's going to stay with me, because I'm not the one. If it come out, it ain't going to come out for me. I don't got time. I got my own shit to be worried about. Nah, that ain't me. It'll come out sooner or later. It'll definitely come out sooner or later. If it doesn't involve me, I don't want to even. If it involves me, even if it's stuff that is not good, you know what I mean? But if it involves me, absolutely, I'm going to speak on it. The one that had on the yellow dress. I love you on the show. Thank you so much. YouTube, are you doing it full time? No, I'm not doing it full time. I do it though. I started YouTube. I started being a content creator even before I got on the show. I do it. I enjoy doing it. It's fun creating content. And it gives me an opportunity to spend time with my daughter, because me creating content and doing photo shoots and stuff like that for my line, etc., I work with my daughter. Like, we do it together, the YouTube videos, everything. So she's my photographer. She usually does the filming, if it's me. So yeah, so it gives me a chance to be able to work with my daughter and to show her things, to become an entrepreneur, so I love creating content because I'm able to do it with her. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yes, I heard that Frank absolutely spilled the tea last night. I only watched some of it. I did slide in to show support during his interview, but I didn't get to watch the whole thing. So, but like I said, it's a lot of stuff. So, I think you said production had a lot to do with editing. I think, not that I think I know, this whole season had a lot to do with a lot. I'm not going to put the blame here. I'm not going to put the blame here. I'm not going to put the blame. I think a little bit of everything played a part in everything.
Okay, so Sabrina had her take on things, and I guess even though she had called Zadia the B word, I won't go into details with that. You know what that means. She said that was the least of words that she could use based on what we don't know that went on what Zadia was saying to her. And I guess, I don't know what this was with Zadia. I mean, I would also like to hear her story. I was wondering if she was going to do any lives or interviews. We have yet to see them. From what I understand, both Zadia, Camille, Cornelius, and also Naeem, and maybe one other person, Shiloh, I think, they have not had interviews set up for them, whereas everybody else had. And of course, they're trying to say that, people think what that means. If we can't have interviews set up for ourselves, we got to set up our own that everybody else has set up for them. Something's with that. I don't know. But I would like to hear what they had to say. I try to listen to everybody and hear everybody's side. But in this situation, the way it sounds, Sabrina, pretty much is saying that a lot of stuff went down that we don't know. And remember, we still have reunion part 2. So this isn't over yet. Do I think, one of the things I will say about this particular season, which I don't think we really got to see previous seasons, is where somebody kind of was ready to love on the other person early. And I was talking with other fans in a Facebook group, and one of the things that I think that the show do need to kind of restructure, and I probably heard me say this on some of my recaps, is if there are two people who have found somebody that they connect with, that they are ready to love on each other prior to the 10 weeks ending, there's got to be a way for them to be exempt if they don't want to explore other options. You shouldn't be made to explore other options if you found somebody that you're ready to love and that person is ready to love you back. And unfortunately, is it going to be an issue for other cast members who may be interested in one of those people? Of course, but at some point a decision has to be made. And if a decision is made earlier than expected, how should that impact by other people eliminating them off, or upset that one person is not free to make movements as they want to? Now, a lot of people were calling Camille obsessive and, some of the other colorful words that are out there. But the thing is, the decision also lied with Cornelius as well. And to this day, they are still together, according to Frank on his interview that he did with Crystal XO, that they are still together as a couple. So they've been booed up for a while now. The season filming ended, I think, back in September or August. So they've been together probably the better of maybe 4 or 5 months now. And of course, we're not seeing the reunion part 1 until, of course, this past Friday. But even that reunion was filmed back in October. So, even we're months past all of this, but of course it's being unearthed because of everything that we've now seen. The fans are now chiming in and speaking about it. It's just a mess. My thing is about this show is that I look for, and even other shows, Married at First Sight, The Bachelor, The Bachelorette, Love Island, is people finding love. That's the reason for my channel, romance. And so that's the main thing. I know drama is going to be a part of it, but when it gets just to be too messy, too trashy, as Tizia said, this high school ghetto is what she called it, or ghetto type of stuff for people, especially that are in their 30s and 40s. These are not 20-year-olds. It was just a crazy thing to watch. It's not a good look for us, And then there was this other thing about the Brown Girl Squad, which obviously was something that Sabrina didn't like as well. She felt excluded, and a couple other ladies felt excluded. Now, according to Zadia and Camille, they took some photo, and I think Mumin was in the photo. I seen the photo floating around on social media, and they saw the melanin popping in that photo and called it Brown Girl Squad. Now, I think production got a whiff of it, and that's when we saw Camille make that proclamation about, we saw the clip where she was talking about the Brown Girl Squad. And remember, production is also here to make salacious TV for viewing and everything else. They took it one way, though, versus the other thing, which brought up the issue of colorism, which Frank also talked about in Crystal XO's video. Go over there and check her out. They did an interview with Frank for about an hour and maybe 20 minutes, I think. So he really spills a lot of tea over there as well. I wanted to give you bits and pieces. I don't want to take too much from her as being a content creator, because she did put a lot of time and energy into that interview. But I did want to highlight some things. If you want to see the rest, go over to Crystal XO channel. She did a great job. So let me know what you think in the comment section. I think this was a very messy season, although I do hope that the couples that do remain together do so in a healthy manner and progress from here. Hopefully, like if Phil and Sidney are exclusive, Camille and Cornelius are still together in a relationship. I thought Nye and Zadia was in a relationship, and I'm even still rooting for Rashid and Simone, who's from Ready to Love Last Resort season as well, because they on a freaking MLK skiing retreat this weekend. So go over there to Rashid and Simone's IG if you have it, because they have some great videos and stuff in their stories and in their posts about their skiing trip this weekend. And even Corey from this past season is with them as well. So, like I said, I wish the best for everybody. I don't like the name calling between the two. The whole colorism thing is just, oh my God, it's out of control. And then, I just want everybody to, move on from this. If they don't move on together as a group, at least move on to some things healthy. Even Frank was told after all of this, he is suffering from PTSD. He's in counseling. He's been in counseling for 14 weeks from the show itself. So, we got to be mindful. Like I always say, one of the things about reality TV is that, yeah, they talk about coupling, love, and stuff like that. But a lot of this got to do with drama and ratings and, trying to get viewership and sponsorships, and of course the network getting paid. And in the meantime, these cast members are being drugged through the mud, even though, yeah, they might have signed up for it. But at what point do we have, a stopping point to say, okay, too much is just too much. So Let me know your thoughts on both the Sidney and the Sabrina live that they did. I hope you enjoyed this video. I want to hear your thoughts. Like, comment, and subscribe. And we will see you in the next video. Bye.